Today we are talking Avatar: The Last Airbender and our thoughts on that sweet Netflix live action series. This is For Geeks by Geeks.
Let's geek out!
Go! This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Secret Door Games, located at 215 Main Street in downtown Elkhart. You can stop in weekly for game nights and game tutorials, and you can find their entire schedule of upcoming events on their Facebook page. So go say hi to our friends at Secret Door Games, where you can find new ways to have fun.
Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, a place where geeks come to geek out. If this is your first time here, we're a YouTube series that like to geek out about things from anime to comic books, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and punch that notification bell because we update weekly. As always, I'm PK.
And I am Bozer.
And today's very special guest is Heru.
Hello, guys.
And we're talking all things Avatar: The Last Airbender. For those of you who don't know, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a Nickelodeon original animation about the last Avatar coming back to save the nations and re-bring them together after the Fire Nation kind of overtook. So we'll get really deep diving into that. Why do you love Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Why don't you love Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I absolutely thrilled by it.
We love Avatar. I'm so psyched for this episode.
As am I.
This is one of the first animes that I actually fell in love with and binged.
But personally, why I love Avatar: The Last Airbender is because of its spiritual nature, its martial arts settings, and the different sects and the different nations that were involved in the whole war that took place. And the one guy, Aang, Avatar, who could save them and build the pinnacle of their existence. That's one of the main reasons.
So just the storyline and the whole premise on it's all based on that martial art. Do you have like a martial art background?
I do actually.
Oh, cool.
Jeet Kune Do, Ishinru, and Muay Thai. I do.
Well, PK, why do you love Avatar? What is it about the show that you love?
So, what I've absolutely always loved is that there is a peaceful nature to Aang.
Correct.
And I respect that. Like, where his entire time, he was told that he's going to kill to make this work. That's the only way he was going to be able to save something, to the point where he was willing to push away his responsibility because the idea of killing somebody was not on his agenda. I love that in the midst of war, you see, he's a 10. He's a child going through these turmoils that an adult shouldn't even have to face. And I think, as a kid, I couldn't quite relate to it, but I still love like the fights. And as an adult, I can rewatch it and I relate in a whole new way of like, I can't imagine being him. But I can't imagine him being now, as a 25-year-old, being put in the same responsibilities as somebody who's 10, having the weight of the world.
Exactly.
And he never, and it wasn't even his choice. It was destiny put upon him.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hearing is the people that are going back to watch Avatar, because it came out in 2005 originally, so it's been over 20, not 20.
You're
bad math.
It happened.
It's been a long time since it came out. So those of us who watched it when we were younger have grown up a little bit, but if you go back and watch it, it still has that lasting power. And like you said, you can appreciate it in even newer ways. It sounds like you're taking a leak.
It does. It does. But
I just love it because those characters are so strong and the animation is sick, and it's got great filler episodes, but they don't feel so much like filler.
They don't.
It has a reason. So it's just such a good show.
As we're moving on, before we go on for wine, I also love the consistency of the cabbage caravan guy.
My cabbages!
My cabbages! He's consistently ruined.
That was spot on.
He's consistently ruined by the Avatar destroying his cabbage stand, and that kind of like continuity is something I always respect in shows. If you can make callbacks like that.
Funny's funny. So, Heru, you've got a lot of background in martial arts, but you also kind of understand the whole chakras-based premise to the show. Because if you're not sure, if you're new to Avatar, it is heavily based, especially as the Avatar, who can master all 4 elements, but he or she can only do that if they have the chakras lined up. So, talk to us more about where that kind of comes from.
So basically, the chakras, they are instilled within each and every one of us. One is all is one. And we have what is called a kundalini, which is in our spine, and in each each and every one of us is an earth chakra, a water chakra, fire chakra, love chakra, light chakra, and thought chakra. And we can elaborate on each and every one of those, such as the earth chakra. It is located at the base of your spine.
So like in the lower bit?
Yes, sir. At the very base of your spine.
Because it grounds as well.
Correct. And with that, you can kind of say the Earthbenders were a key point, and they really focused on that one chakra themselves because they were tied to the earth, you know.
Right.
But as well, they needed to master all of the other chakras as well. But the earth chakra was their main focus. And then the water chakra, which was Aang's wife's, which is Katara.
I felt semi-confident about that.
I did too.
Because I was thinking of, what's her name?
Which Katara was the master of, you know.
Yeah, throughout the show, she gets insanely good and uses waterbending in
she
ways
stops
we've never
rain
seen.
in his track, which is crazy.
Turns into shards of ice is so cool.
Well, no, it was
We
crazy.
stand guitar in this house.
Did you ever know?
Okay, so water chakra.
So basically, as the nature of the chakra is, you need to block guilt. You know, do not feel guilty about oneself. You know, move past one's own guilt and let the water chakra flow through yourself. You know, and then one of my favorite characters, Zuko, Prince Zuko. You know what I'm saying? That fire chakra. You know, his duality and his own, let me say, bias against the Fire Nation. You know, him loving his uncle, him not being accepted by his father. That really encouraged him to be and to see the truth behind and enlighten and provoke that fire chakra to, you know, be able to channel the electricity, you know, through his body.
Yeah.
So
he has so much rage and so much emotion.
So much.
Yeah, passion.
Now, where is the fire chakra located?
The fire chakra is located in the belly, like right in that area.
Which is why, like, I think that might be like why I think sometimes instinctively we feel this like fire in our gut, like, because I think we've all felt it.
Oh yeah.
Where that
You're
rage
mad
goes and
and
just
you're-
like, you know, like when we feel like all these negative things in the world start coming towards us, I feel like we can feel it right there, and that makes sense. The fire chakra would be located there. Like that kind of like starts to align with like what I think we all instinctively know as people.
Yeah.
Because when you feel let down, like you feel like that negative energy is just all right there.
But where's the air chakra?
Actually, there's no there. It's not necessarily the air. Love, and then light, and then the thought chakra. You know.
Oh, so would those all be encompassed into one?
Inevitably, yes. You're
in
correct.
The Avatar,
Technically, all seven
kind of Air Nation kind of thing.
So with the air, let me say with the air chakra, obviously we breathe air.
To align all of these, you have to focus on your breathing. You have to focus on air gives you life. Air is the basis of everything.
Yeah.
Without it, we cannot live. So you have to slow your breathing, you have to control your thought, and you have to align all of them. So while there's not a chakra that's based off it, you can't align it without knowing how to control the air inside of you.
And that's why in Avatar the Airbenders were more like nomadic monks, and because they were really into that peaceful state, and they were able to control their emotions, and they were able to be at one with all.
So, Heru, as you know, every nation we have 4 nations that make up the world of Avatar, and every single one of those nations are based off of a different type of martial arts. Now, each one of those have their own like you said, like everyone has like their own background.
Correct.
Do you know like how they align?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So water bending, Tai Chi, you know. Yes, yeah.
So very flowy, like flowing with like the natures of
very fluid motions. You know,
which makes sense.
It is not about the force. It is about the redirection of the power, you know. And earthbending, it is Hungar, which is more prominent.
So
you
all
know,
very like impact, like
yes.
A lot of stomping, a lot of low, grounded.
Correct. Well stated. Exactly. You want a lower stance, and you want to impact a lot faster.
So you want to make sure every hit is a strong impact.
Correct. Correct.
Please.
Firebending, which is Zuko. That would be me. Northern Shaolin Kung Fu style, you know. And Northern Shaolin Kung Fu was one of the most powerful kung fu styles that nobody could beat. I don't know, maybe except Ip Man.
I don't know, but like the Shaolin combat is still talked about in tons of martial arts movies, and you see it as being the most prominent. I think it was in the new remake of Karate Kids. The Shaolin Kung Fu was actually like what they were teaching them, which is crazy. That's why if you like notice them do that jump, like the jump kick, that's why it looks so much like the Firebender.
Yeah. Okay. So then air.
That is Ba Guzang, which is as well a circular based style to where you want to as well redirect the energy of an opponent, but you morally want to focus on the motion, the motion and moving and,
So it's all keeping it in like the circular motion of like.
Correct.
It's like so you want to make things
building
come full
momentum.
circle.
It's all about building momentum.
Yeah, like coming full circle. So
What you can't see is Moose off camera practicing every one of these martial
That we are
arts.
talking about, and he is hitting it spot on.
Oh my god.
Pure respect.
Yes.
So then, if you were put into a nation today with like the martial art form and their culture and like what they stand for, where would you land?
Obviously, I would want to be the Avatar, so I can be,
There's a lot of pressure. I'm not sure I'd be ready for that.
But it would be the Fire Nation.
Oh.
It would be the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation is, adept to my soul. I really align with Prince Zuko's character, having, not really fitting in and not really being a part of your own nation,
Really?
But yes.
Finding that spirituality outside of his own environment.
And then
really
learning
having a grassroots connection to his style.
Yeah.
correct. And learning who you are as well as being scarred. Not technically on the outside,
Like
but
Zuko.
on the inside.
Well,
you know
yeah,
what
but
I'm
the thing was, while that was there, I think you see more emotional scarring than anything.
saying? Exactly.
And like the Fire Nation has such like a bad rep, and like to see Prince Zuko do this thing where he finds the true nature of the Fire Nation and realizes what they truly stand for,
And
and
where
he
they came
realizes
from.
Yeah.
he needs
Just
that
life.
Right, he
not
needs
destruction.
correct, exactly. Absolutely beautiful. And
I love the show so much.
You ever know that
The biggest thing, I guess, for me,
would
going
you
on
be?
my boy Bruce Lee, one of my favorite quotes from him is when he talks about being like water. He's like, water flows, it drips. He's like, water forms to whatever it goes. If water's in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. If it's in a kettle pot, it becomes the kettle pot. But water can flow, it can drip, it can crash. Be like water. If I had a nation, I would definitely be an earthbender.
And that- Totally.
You do not conform.
Yeah.
Because Moose is right there with him.
Yeah, earth.
You're an earthbender too.
I'm absolutely
100%.
an earthbender.
So-
I am so grounded in the way that I present myself, the way I speak, the way I stand. I'm always trying to be connected to the earth.
Oh.
I wish I had a good
Okay.
reason like that. I'm super
Stubborn?
into
Right.
astrology. No, I am. I know I'm an earth sign, and I've also I always feel very connected with I always want to stay grounded. I'm a daydreamer. I believe in all of that. So my heads are in the clouds, which
Yeah.
I would have thought maybe airbending.
Yeah.
But truth be told, I know when I need to stay grounded, and those thoughts and those fears hold me down. But that's my gut. I trust my core saying, hey. It's cool to have those dreams, it's cool to do it, and you can pursue those, but keep a realistic head, keep a base, and trust your fears, because your fears are going to guide you in the right direction.
For me, I feel like I have kind of two that I might do, but what I really feel most at home in. And so, like water that can conform to whatever shape it's in, I feel like I tend to lean towards that direction, because in my mind, I feel like that's more responsible. I feel like if you're entering a new environment, first, check it out, conform to the image, so before you rustle the waters or rough the waters, and then decide how to make changes. But oftentimes when I conform, I don't feel my best self.
Understand, exactly.
And so, most like Aang, I feel like when he was living his best self, it was light, it was airy, it was freedom, it was against kind of the Air Nation's nomadic monk style. But just because they're monks doesn't really attribute that to airbending.
So what you're saying is you'd be an earthbender.
Yes. So I think I might try to be a waterbender, but I think my soul is more of an airbender.
And tell us at home and down in the comments below what nation you belong to, and if you think that we got ours right.
Correct.
Now, on to Netflix picking up a live action Avatar. If you've been sticking around with us, and we promised we were going to talk about it, and that's actually the most important thing I think we're going to talk about today.
Just give us back the animated one.
Pretty much. Do not give us back the movie, please.
So give us back the animated. Go ahead.
Here's what's beautiful about that. The movie is not made with the original creators as showrunners.
Right.
This time, they are on the board. They are running it. This is their show. They're helping with the casting. They're making sure their names are pronounced correctly. That drove me nuts. Was it on?
Why?
Okay.
I've got rage about it. I
You
don't
had
get
all
it.
of these books to go off of where they openly said their names, and you still chose to say on. What
It was
is
some.
wrong
I think
with
it was
you?
some cultural choice. They're like, well, this is probably more in line with the Eastern style of pronunciation.
Well, here's what I'm gonna tell you. If
It
you
makes
came
sense.
in
It makes sense.
and you made a live-action Naruto and you said Naruto, I would. But I want to know everybody's opinion on it, and just do you think it's gonna do well? Because let's be honest, Netflix has done some adaptations. No, I'm looking at you.
Okay, but here's why I think it's going to be different. Because the original creators and producers are in this.
Agreed.
They have been testing and using the same martial art forms that you were talking about.
Yes, sir.
And trying to find ways that you can accurately put that into the show with the bending. And they are taking their time. They aren't rushing this out so that you can just get psyched about it and finally your favorite anime is live action. Which I don't know why anybody would say finally my favorite anime is live action. But
Correct.
they are taking the time, and I think they aren't going to destroy their own child.
Right.
Like this is their baby.
Yeah, and here's the
Agreed.
thing. They have the fighting styles. The fight scenes are going to look amazing because as somebody, I'm sure you watch just as much martial arts movies as I do. Those fight scenes, like, to this day, one of my favorite fight scenes is Ip Man getting his bag of rice. Where he takes that dude and just starts beating into his chest until the guy starts going back, falls into a chair, and then he just drops into the ground and just keeps beating it. Things like that, we have hundreds of people coming into this one guy. Those scenes, animated, are still cool, but not nearly as cool as watching a true human being like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Ip Man, going hard and really just showing the true...
Donnie Yen.
Yeah, showing the true natural ability of a martial artist.
Of a human.
Correct.
So
And then just adding some light special effects over it, I think it's going to go so much further.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to show the true elements of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
One's own inner abilities, it exceeds anything that an animated series or anything written down, which a lot of scripted, a lot of drawn cartoons are amazing. I don't know how they do it, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, live action on Netflix by the original creators. I agree with my brothers.
You down with that? You here for it?
I'm down with it.
But we have quite a ways to wait because it's not planned to come out until 2020, even late 2020 at this time. They were saying that it's even crazy that we know about this already, like they've released it. Usually at the point that they are now, the original animated series was in this process where they are now just like testing costuming and scoping out landscapes. And nobody knew about it until they were much later on. So we are super early to know that this is happening because we want it so bad.
Right, and they announced it in 2018. So when they first announced it, they had nothing. They just said, "This is the premise." Netflix has picked it up. We're gonna start doing our scouting. We've got the script, and that's about all we've got.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to hear more about Avatar, we're actually gonna do something new. We're going to do the show after the show, which where we will go and continue on a podcast, and we will continue to geek out there. So,
Geeks.
if you want to hear more about it, go find where any podcasts are available. And if you like this kind of content, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Comment down below what's your favorite geeky topic so we can make a video about it. And just make sure you keep posting because we love having you guys here and geeking out with us.
We do.
And truly, we are trying to build a non-judgment, positive community that we can geek out about the things that you love. So if you want to join that community, join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a Facebook group. We want to continue this conversation all week long.
And all those links will be in the description below. But,
click.
Until next time, as always,
Click.
I'm PK.
I am Bozer.
I'm Heru.
And you just keep
Geeking out!